and Sarah. What's up, guys?
Is Sarah already there?
Tissimo is doing something with peanut butter. I see peanut butter over there. I don't know what else.
It's alright, you can talk. You can talk.
Let me know if I'm visible. If you guys can see me. It's a beautiful day. What is today? Saturday. Hey, there we go. What's up, guys?
How many people?
2. We got Sarah and Wild Boy. We got an intimate bunch tonight. Today. I can see. Cool. Oh no, we got 3. Someone else just jumped on.
We have the loyal,
The squad. Who's that third person that jumped on? We're a close-knit group here. Don't be shy. Might be Amy. She should be at our show though. I don't know if she's able to jump on. Well, welcome, guys. It's Saturday. Is it Saturday? It's Saturday. August, what is it? The 4th? I think it's the 4th. Losing track of days. It's all becoming a blur at this point.
We met with the days. I thought live streams on Sunday. Remember, I texted you yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. Wild Boy's wearing his Trilogy Media t-shirt while watching this. That is true squad. That's a true squad member. Thank you very, very much. Very excited. Well, Artismo's going to join us in a second, as soon as he's done eating his peanut butter.
I haven't done eating.
Oh, he put bananas on it.
I know how much you love. Ooh, how much you love bananas.
Bananas on a bagel. So nasty. Even looking at it, one's got a big brown spot. Ugh, nasty. Oh, I can smell it. I'm gonna throw up. Seriously, you're gonna?
Oh my god. Okay.
Why would you do that to me in the middle of a stream? Put a bunch of bananas. At least warn me so I can put some nose plugs in or something. It's fine. Just don't waft it in my face.
You know Karma is a
great person, right?
I didn't do anything wrong, so I don't know why.
You didn't do anything wrong? Okay. That's not how I feel.
Yeah, well, you could. Sorry, you feel that way.
Well, okay, no.
Well, anyway, guys, very excited to be here. We love doing these. These are some of my favorite things to do of the month. Are these private live streams because they're, as we always say, they're kind of like therapeutic. We don't come into these with any kind of prearranged agenda or topic. We're just here. The comments are going by much slower, so we can address basically all of them. So if you have questions that maybe we didn't get to on the public, there he is, chewing.
Chewy.
You remember?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Chewy,
People
we're
love
home.
that.
Chewy, we're home.
Chewy. It's like my friends at Chewy. We're home.
So, yeah, cheers.
Good Saturday. Good afternoon, good evening, and goodbye.
Well, we love spending time with you, Sarah, as always. All 3. Sarah, Colton, and a mystery person. I don't know who that is. But
We don't know.
I don't know. I only see Sarah and Wild Boy commenting.
Hello.
So what's up, guys? So yeah, we are here, and it's a beautiful day. What is going on in Trilogy World, Artissimo? Having good numbers this week. Stuff's good. People are really liking the movie quote video, which is exciting. That was a really, really fun one. Hello, mystery person. We, as you guys are probably aware, we're in the middle of a little bit of a saga here with this scammer, and it's kind of something we don't really have updates on, or it's not really in a place where we can like provide like any information because nothing's really happened yet. But we will know more soon, and we're very excited to see where that develops. And so we're kind of posting it as it's happening, which is rare. Usually we kind of let something play out, but I don't know, it's kind of one of those unique situations. But it's very fun and lots going on.
Well, meanwhile, we have good videos in stock. You know, like
we've done some filming.
Lights, camera action.
We have some lights, camera action. We're going to be doing some more filming this week. We need a couple more videos. There's a lot coming up at the end of August, especially for me personally. So our schedules are going to get vlogs. Yes. Well, Well, speaking of vlogs, I have already slated a bunch on Patreon. I have so much footage from Art of Confidence. I know it's on our list. We have so many things that we're like
it's only 2 hours.
Juggling. You know, I wish we had a staff for filming and editing. We'd be able to crank these out faster. We're moving along slowly.
Yeah, but definitely.
Every new subscriber gets us 1 inch closer to that place.
That's true.
And right now it's growing awesomely. So Hey, what's up, baby? Why aren't you performing? Aren't you at your show? What time is it?
here we go. What's up, Emmy?
What time is it? It's like, are you performing like right now? She's having a show in Westport, Ireland tonight. Very exciting. I wish I was there. I was there at gosh, it's been 2 or 3 weeks. I was there at her last one of the last night rather, of my trip, which was amazing. Amazing. I really wish you were there.
I just about to say that. Imagine I was like.
Oh, it's probably, she can't hear us probably because it's so loud in there. You're probably are you in the bar? You must be, you can't hear me. I shouldn't ask you. Well, I love you. So anyway, yeah, next time we're in Ireland, I gotta take you to a show because it's amazing. So back to what you're saying, Sarah, lots of vlogs coming up, and but we're doing some filming next week to kind of stock up for the rest of August. And what else? He asked if you, she said thank you. Yeah, go, I love you too, Ashton. I love you too, Colton. Brother. So what's up, brother? What's going on in your world?
Do a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna hold this. It's more personal. What's going on?
A lot of stuff cooking. Just sorry. Well, we're no homo.
Well, no, because he said he loves me. I love him too.
I do. I don't know. We kind of like me and Ashton in the middle of transition of a lot of stuff.
Not transition, just growth. You know, things are growing and things are.
I'm in transition.
What are you transitioning?
I'm transitioning from point A to point B. That's what I'm right in the middle. So the rest of the year is going to be transitioning towards B.
So is B like hair length down to here, and then A was it's like up here, so you're like halfway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably stuff like that.
Okay. That's good.
So yeah, we definitely been thinking and discovering like what kind of new show we can bring, and here we go, and we end up being with really awesome movie quotes, and people loved it.
Yeah.
People loved it, and it's unlimited what you can do.
Yeah, we're gonna do some themed versions of it. Like we can theme it to genre, we can theme it to director, theme it to star.
Yeah.
So lots to play with there. Which those take a little longer to edit. That's for sure.
Thank you, Russian, for doing this.
Especially the first video of any new show
Takes especially a lot longer because there's a lot of got to make the graphics and all that stuff. So, but now that it's kind of set in stone, it'll be a little easier. So we'll let more of those come in, and lots of exciting things. It's like I don't know where time is going, brother. I got some good news. They're filming in HBO about an hour from since I sent my application up there. Great. Apply. What did you apply for? Like what kind of work?
Yeah, what kind of position you're applying for?
But yeah, I don't know where time is going, brother.
It's freaking August.
It's August.
It's one blink, and we're gonna be in Thanksgiving. In another blink, we're gonna be in Christmas, and then New Year.
2019.
2019. It's just ridiculous. And we're like, you remember Sean Connery, you and me, I think in February, we were sitting like on exactly over here, and we were like putting like 6 months plan.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
I haven't seen Sean Connery in months.
Sean Connery.
How's Sean Connery doing? You're the one who saw him.
I saw him briefly. I was passing through his new neighborhood. He moved.
Yeah.
So I just sat down with him for like half an hour, just to see what he's doing. I was passing through an errand.
He's still on his app?
Yeah. I mean, things are always changing. I signed up for either the small parts of background actors shows, True Detectives. Nice. Yeah. Good. Get screen time on that show. That'd be amazing. I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things.
True Detective?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Auditioned a couple times for that show.
The girlfriend tag. Can you hear me now? Probably not. What else?
Well,
it's weird that it's been a year now. We moved into this apartment in, June of 2018, of 2017.
Yeah.
So so now it's August. We've been here a year, and that moving into this apartment kind of marks the official beginning of the channel, even though the channel already existed, but it wasn't really being utilized as an active content stream place. So now that we have it, and it's been a year, it's incredible to see what's happened, and
No, this apartment definitely
and we've blinked, and it's, you know.
we just re-signed lease for 2018,
Yeah.
2019.
So yeah, we'll be here till next summer at least, and it's crazy just everything that's happened, and
How fast everything is going. Pace is just boom, 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 boom.
I just blink and you know.
Especially when you don't have 4 seasons. I think that's why we don't feel it.
Yeah.
It's you wake up, it's sun. You wake up, it's sun. You wake up, it's sun. And when there is no sun, you're like,
Probably can't see it, probably too. You can kind of see it, but
sunny, sunny, sunny.
I've been here since the 4th video. Yeah, you've been around, so thank you
Yeah.
for that support.
Thank you.
And Sarah, you've been around forever too, so both of you have been.
And that's why I said like we have like hardcore, like
Yeah, you guys have never let us down or left us, and
stick with
you're
us.
you're
Yeah.
watching the squad grow, and it's like, you know, one could complain that it's growing too slow or this or that, but it's like I would so much rather have it grow the way that it is.
Let's try to have a family.
That's right. I'd rather it grow the way that it is, where all the growth is organic and real, as opposed to like
One night.
some
you wake up,
channels.
Yeah.
You know, I know we had like a viral video to set it off, but still some channels some channels are ignited a little differently, where they'll have one YouTube video that like overnight they have 500,000 subscribers or something, and like that's great and all in the meantime, but that's not how you're gonna gain long-term viewership, you know. And I've even checked out some channels that have like, I've been trying to follow it, and there's a couple channels I follow that have a similar following to us number-wise, but they got it way quicker. But weirdly enough, they don't have nearly as many like views and engagement as us.
That's true.
So you get it overnight, but then those people aren't really engaged. They're just subscribed and then they forget about it, you know.
Do you know anything
I
about
would-
you?
I
They
would-
just like fell in your concept, fell in love with your concept, and that's it.
I love that
There's
we're
no
growing maybe a little slower, but those people are, for the most part, all pretty active, and it's incredible, you know, what's happening. It's changed our life for sure.
It's
And,
well, we're pushing like 35K, and on the way to
it's a marathon, not
yeah,
a
it is
sprint.
marathon. Everything in life is marathon.
Mhm.
Filmmaking career is marathon. Acting, whatever you do. If you want to be manager of like CVS store, it's marathon. It's nothing happens overnight. So same stuff when people saying like, oh, he became a superstar as like action hero, like or whatever. Yeah, but you didn't know how many auditions
Led
he've
up to
done,
that.
how many years of work, and just like constantly saying, no, you're not good enough, and then he finally, like book one here, roll here and there, and finally like he booked his big TV show or whatever movie, but everybody, overnight success. Doesn't work like this.
Yeah.
See, same stuff on YouTube, like
Yeah.
statistically, 3 to 5 years. When you see like if you have a right chemistry, right concept, everything, like doing everything right, 3 to 5 years when you can get like, millions of subscribers and, big fan base. So, you have to put a lot of effort.
It's true. It's very true.
And be truthful to yourself. That's what we do. That's what we always been talking about.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's definitely fun.
It's
Sometimes we will like especially what happened this week. We were like, brother, it's been only 5 days. We released video on Sunday, and right now we're pushing 50,000 organically views on a video that we created last week. So
Yeah.
and they're like, you know what? Everything is worth it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't feel like it, like you wake up, it's same amount or whatever, but all of a sudden,
Hey, that's what it's all about, man. Just building up those credits and just persistence. I mean, I've done countless little things that no one will ever see, thankfully. But it all contributed to the person I am today and the projects I ended up doing, and I mean, it's funny. I made a bunch of movies when I was a kid. Like I got my first video camera at like age 9 or something, and so from age like 9, but like really heavily from like age 12 to 17. That's all I did in my spare time was like make movies, and I learned how to edit. That's why I know how to edit today, is because I started when I was a child. And the only reason I know how to edit is because I would see something in a movie and I'd be like, that looks cool. And I'd figure out my own way to do it, and it would look horrible. But I tried and I'd figure it out. So I basically taught myself how to edit by trying to mimic what was in mainstream blockbuster movies. And so I have a stack of DVDs. I just, one of these days, maybe like they'll, you know, we'll air them on a talk show or something, and it'll be fun, you know. But it's, again, it's one of those things that it's like, you know, I would never ever show anybody that. One of these days, maybe like they'll, you know, we'll air them on a talk show or something, and it'll be still part of the fabric of who I am, and you know, it's nothing to be ashamed of just because it was small or insignificant to anybody. You know, it's just all part of the growth and the consistency of starting somewhere and building up to where we end up. You know.
Yeah, so that's why, well, boy, the moral of the story is, you know, just do your projects from little. Everything counts. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you will look back and you're like, okay, yeah, I started from short movies, and right now look where, you know, where I'm at.
Yeah.
It's really important to grow.
Even in LA, even since moving here, I've done some projects that I'm just like, you know, like a couple of the first student films I booked, like in the first year or two of living here. Like, yeah, no, you know.
LA Film, New York Film Academy, Stella Adler, it's a lot of filmmaking organizations and students. They need practice, so they will post like, hey, looking for an actor, or looking for director, looking for this, so for my new, you know, like for my diploma work, for my finals and stuff. And
Yeah.
even I was reading something about Tom Cruise. So he never went to college. He never had any acting degrees, like bachelor degrees or whatever, right? He done only like couple short films before he landed, you know, his first ranking. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, a college degree never, in my opinion, doesn't do anything for an actor, unless you really want to study like theater history and theater production. Like if you want to put on theater, and there's certain elements of like theater and performance art that are obviously very valid. But if you just want to be a working actor in film and television, I would never recommend anybody get a theater degree. I would say move to LA and start training to be an actor by an actual acting coach. That would be my suggestion.
It's good to know.
You know,
For a lot of people skipping a lot, they just like, you know, take 1 week classes and that's it. It's why British actors and Russian actors so strong, because they're all coming from theater, the big base, you know, like in London and Moscow, coming from Dostoevsky and Chekhov and so many classics. And even Tom Hardy, he came from theater school. He was in theater school, and he said that was like my core. He was like practicing again on the stage, and then, you know, he moved to Los Angeles. But yeah, but if it's just only, you know, you can read all the books in the world, but if you're not experiencing, not practicing, you know, yes. But
thankfully, we have built-in recurring improv practice on our videos. I had a meeting with someone the other day just about, you know, at my manager's office actually, and was just going over some of the videos and stuff, and he's like, you really are kind of in an improv class. I'm like, well, in a way, it's like a workshop, you know. Are all these movie quote things, and especially scammer grammar, when it's, you don't know what's going to happen, stuff like that. It's like your improv has to be on point. So it's kind of like our own little Upright Citizens Brigade or his Second City here, because we're just creating, but we're doing it with a societal benefit. You know, raising awareness and wasting time, a horrible leech of a human being. You know, so it's fun. It's I think it's definitely made me more skilled at that.
Have you had a chance to go to movie theaters recently? What was the last movie
Sometimes, I mean, I don't go often. I used to go all the time. I used to go a couple times a month, 2 or 3 times a month. Now I go a couple times a year, maybe. And it's usually, it's just like if I'm in between meetings and have like time to kill, you know. I don't remember the last time.
A lot of people saying like Equalizer 2 is a good one.
I didn't see it.
Have you seen the first one?
You saw the first one.
You saw the first one.
But yeah, I love going to the movies, but it doesn't happen nearly as often as it used to. But it's just okay, you know.
Yeah.
I also have a lot more going on in my life than I used to.
I want to see.
Oh, I want to see that too. It looks interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
Um,
It's on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. You saw it, okay? That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Wild Boy's on it. He's on it. Yeah, so that pretty much. Yeah, we're talking to, in contact with this guy who won out. So we're working on part 3. We're gonna film some stuff.
Who knows how many
next
parts
week.
it's gonna have? We're gonna find
I
out.
know, seriously.
It's like I didn't even think there'd be a part 3 until part 2 happened,
And we never thought about part 2
yeah,
until we
until we started making a game.
Started making,
We didn't
exactly.
even, you know, so.
So it's interesting how it leads.
We're posting it as it's happening.
Yeah,
It's kind of fun.
totally.
It's kind of like a live soap opera. You know, a real-time soap opera. Getting old.
28. Gosh, what is my 28?
No, but it's scary because it's, you know, I moved here at 19, you know, so like basically, right, as my 20s started, were starting,
That's your big chapter.
and they're almost gone. And that's a terrifying thought. I mean, I know that I'm still young.
Old. I'm 36.
30s. No, and I don't mean because I say I'm 28, I'm old. I don't mean that people older than 28 are really old. That's not what I meant. Like, I don't see him as old. He's older than me, but that's not old to me.
Well, boy.
I'm old to me because I'm 28 and I don't see myself as 28. Like, I still see myself as like young 20s, just moved to LA because I moved here and blinked and I'm 28.
Yeah,
So-
decade just like, yeah.
So I don't mean in the scope of like a scale, the number higher the number, the old, like 30 people in the 30s are old. That's not what I mean. I just mean like for me, being 28 is old to me, and it's weird that I've blinked and I've been in LA. Gosh, almost 10 years. Well, a year and a half. Yeah, I've been here 8.5 years. So it just is a reminder to not waste time.
Yeah,
And
that's true. That's totally true.
you know, your life is just gonna go, and you gotta make stuff happen.
Yeah, a couple blinks and you're in the late 50s. Yeah. So that's why, it's good to.
Especially now when I have this newly acquired, set of goals in my personal life and a future and a relationship and things moving into a certain direction. It's like, wow, I really gotta it's a huge motivator in the day to day. You know, when I feel like, oh, I kind of want to take a nap, or I kind of want to take it easy for the next couple hours. It's kind of a motivator to not do that. To like, no, I got things I can do. I got things I can do to progress this. I can edit this. I can work on this. So it's just like a day-to-day push to keep going because, days are numbered and it's terrifying.
It actually is, yeah. That's why it's really important to have a person in your life, whoever that person is.
But I just mean, like, even if you don't, that's not what I mean. But I mean, just like, for me, a year ago, before I had someone in my life, it was just kind of it had been so long since I had been in any situation like that at all, that time was just kind of endless. You just kind of, you just keep going. It's another year. There's no frame of change. There's no foreseeable destination. Whereas now, for being in like a relationship for like the first time in like a long time, it's like, wow, for the first time I'm actually seeing life milestones in my near future. And it's just another ankle-biting reminder, of autism, just because they want to inspire them to have other dreams. That's really cool. That's really cool, man. Did you read that?
No.
Read this.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I knew that.
I support that 100%, man. One of my nephews is on the autistic spectrum. He's only, he's still really young, but so they're still like doing tests and figuring out exactly how it's going to affect him as he keeps developing. But that's so yeah, I can relate to that. Keep doing it, man. Don't give up. That's
Word give up should not be in your vocabulary, like, period.
Yeah.
It is something that it's like, I don't know the existence. Same stuff as I don't and I can't. That's it.
yeah. I hate those words. So you got my support. So that's cool. Keep going and be persistent. Have an unlimited supply of drive,
Yeah.
and you will not fail.
Yep.
You will not fail.
100%. Drive is everything. That's what's gonna wake you up, and that's when you're going to sleep. You're gonna think about next day.
Yeah. But
So that pretty much that's it. That's what's happening on our end. So it's gonna be second half of this year. It's we have a lot of hopes and a lot of
as always, we have like 15 things we're juggling, like 15 huge different things. Whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's our own businesses, whether it's this or that, or a project or this, or it's just like there's a
personal matters.
there's a lot of big stuff.
A lot of big stuff coming, so we definitely looking forward to next 6 months, and we definitely it's on our list, on our goal to close this year like strong,
Yeah.
like very strong on every single aspect, from personal to financial to like career, everything.
What's going on in arts world?
What's going on? I don't know. I'm in a business mode, so everything what I'm doing right now it's career, and business. So that's what's going on in my world. Yeah, just working. Putting seeds and taking care of those seeds, and and growing. So it's very important. Like I have to bring my mom to United States. It's like I said, everybody have different motivations in their life. Either it's like brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriends, husband, wives, family members. But yeah, and financial support is when you bring someone, it's dependent. You have to have insurances. You have to have certain amount of money on your account. You have to have a place to live. So it's a lot. So that's why we're working so hard. So the loved ones will feel comfortable, next to us, and places where we're gonna bring them. So that's what's going on in my world and in his world. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I wish we can go like Las Vegas every day. But
Yeah. Well, I think it's I look back at our last few years, because you and I have known each other for a while, but we've only been actively working together for what, 3 years?
yeah,
Yeah, I would say.
I think from that was my goal since I moved in United States. Yeah, to bring my mom. Yeah. So it's been a while, and I finally got in 2016. God bless America, got my passport, and so right now I have to bring my mom over here so she will able to get a green card. So yeah, it's that's one of those stuff. That's why we got so related to our last guy
Yeah.
scammer, because we kind of.
But I think it's a big, looking back at our few years, it's a big symbol as to the change that's happened in our life. Because 3 years ago, while we were just as driven and just as working hard, we also had a lot more freedom to do stuff like going to Vegas and do stuff like, which that kind of stuff happened so much more often 3 years ago, which is great that we had time to do that. And I think that was a huge part of the inspiration that led to our eventual milestones. I don't take any of that back, but because that stuff happens so seldom now, sometimes it sucks because you just want to relax and
because when
and,
you work
and
hard,
party.
work hard, play hard.
But
right?
it's
There's
like
saying
now
for a
there's
reason.
so much less time to do that because we have so much going on, but we're not quite to the we haven't quite gone over that peak of like, okay, we have a staff now that is going to start taking that stress off of our shoulders a little bit, and it's coming. But we're in a really pivotal time right now where it would be really easy to give up if we were less strong people or people of more fear or less drive. But now is the most important time, I think, to just keep going and just try to get over these humps and these long stretches of seemingly, difficult stretches of progress, that kind of thing. I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling.
but still, yeah, like there is saying for a reason, play, work hard, play hard.
Yeah, which we do play hard. It just happens so much less often now than it used to.
That's true.
But
That's so true.
that comes with its own, that comes with everything. That comes with the busyness of doing what we're doing now. It comes with the stress of our upgrades we've made in our life as far as, living and just in general. And so I don't know, we're taking it one day at a time, and
Everything is great. Everything is
Everything's
amazing.
awesome.
We're blessed. We're healthy. We have each other. We have people. Our life that we love, and that's it. And drive not going anywhere. Motivation not going anywhere. It's just getting stronger, stronger, and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is a great saying in Russia: the appetite always comes when you start eating. So we discover our 2 meals that we eat, that what he's eating and I'm eating, and we have so much appetite for everything we do in our life. So
Yes, we
it's
do.
we're definitely blessed, and we never forget that. We always remember that, and grateful what we have. So yeah, that's what's happening. And and thank you guys for again. We never tired to say thank you over and over again for being
That's right.
part of our life. Asking, like interesting about, what's going on in our life on our end and stuff like that. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, as always. Here's how you can help. Can you guys comment and tell me if it's mirrored? You can see the words on the poster. Let me know if it's right or if it's backwards. Because if you watched the last live stream, we were mirrored, and we figured it out pretty quick, but it is mirrored? Like it's backwards? That's interesting. I wonder why. There's got to be a setting I'm screwing up. Because it was it happened on our last live stream, but we've done what? How many? At least 65 live streams, and that's never. It's backward. You know what I think it is? Because we both update our apps. We probably updated the YouTube app. It's what I'm streaming from, and it probably is a default setting now for some reason that I just don't know how to undo. It looks upside down, like upside down, or just backwards. That's weird. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to get in there and figure out why that's happening before we stream again.
It is actually upside down. I can even see.
Well, no, it is. No. Well, yeah, it's always upside down for us because we're looking at ourselves in a camera. It always flips it for us. That's never been different. But what it's projecting to the player is now wrong. It never used to be. Right, because if this were not backwards, I would be over here and you would be over here. Weird. I don't know. We gotta figure that out. But thanks for letting me know. Glad I asked.
Yeah.
But it's Saturday, guys. I know these are just kind of chill, and we just kind of here to talk about whatever. If you guys have any other questions, correctly in a mirror, well, that's good. That's what we did for our last stream. Just grabbed a big ass mirror. We might have to do that again next time. So it was kind of an unpredictable train wreck of a live stream, but it was so much fun that it didn't matter. Like we were just laughing so much and holding the scammer grammar words up into the mirror.
No, that was cool and amazing.
Oh god, it was so fun.
Definitely.
But it was
Great experience. That's what I call imp.
Again, more improv
Improvisation,
practice. Yeah.
Put together like.
It was so fun.
Yeah, it was so fun. Yeah. Well, definitely more. A lot of stuff coming. And,
Yeah. If you guys have any last questions, stuff that you're always wondering behind the scenes that we don't get to on the public streams, anything like that, that's what we're.
We usually when we talk deep, so we're covering so many bases, so many aspects.
Well, it's just fun because we don't get to talk about all this. When we do it, I don't like doing a public stream unless we have like a slate of things planned to do, right? It's like I like to have like a plan and an agenda, I guess. But these are cool because then we can hit all the topics and stuff that we don't necessarily have time for, or people might ask and we just can't see the comment because we're going so fast, But
we need to do another Q&A.
We did one a couple weeks ago, but we, you know, yeah, there's
Months
always,
ago.
there's always more questions. How long does it take to edit a video? It's a good question.
Depends on the video. Right?
Completely depends on the video. The biggest thing is it depends on how much source footage I'm working with. So the longer we talk on the phone with the scammer, exponentially makes it longer for me to edit because I have to go through all of that and cut stuff out, right? So, you know, I can edit it pretty quick if it's less than 20 minutes of source footage. Like if we're only on the phone with them for 15, 20 minutes, I can do an edit pretty quick. But more often than not, it's about 40 or 50 minutes of source footage where it takes me at least a few hours to do a first full pass to cut out what I don't want. And then on top of that, it's adding all the graphics. So Scammer Grammar, actually Scammer Grammar is easy because it's just a number. But Scam Jams and Light Scammer Action all have like graphics and lyrics and different things. So those take some time. The first video always takes the longest because I'm creating them from scratch. So Light Scammer Action, that whole video, not only were we dealing with like an hour of source footage, but I had to create all new graphics from scratch. So that video took me like 16 hours. But usually not quite that long because I have the graphics pre-made and I can just replace it with what's happening. And then on top of that is the subtitling. So I caption all the videos for the scammers because sometimes they're hard to understand. So that takes another handful of hours depending on how fast they're talking. So I would say on average anywhere from 4 to 12 hours is usually pretty accurate from beginning to end edit, from first cut to export. So I'm Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick. A lot of people asking for Never Gonna Give You Up. We should do that one for Scam Jams. That's a good idea. So yeah, but
yeah, it's a lot of work. It's definitely a lot of work, and
yeah. Not to mention the time it takes to film, because it's not always, those good scam videos don't just roll off our tongues all the time. Sometimes we have to just keep calling and calling and calling before
we're gonna keep.
we'll get somebody that will at least talk to us for 10 minutes. Sometimes they just hang up on us for no reason, as you can see now from our more frequent blooper videos.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you again as always. Like he said, I second that 100%. You guys' support means the absolute world to us, and we would not be doing anything like this if it weren't for you guys and people like you. So
Yeah, the reason is you guys. Like always said, like you guys the rock stars. So we're just following the lead.
Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
And the weekend as well.
And your weekend. Be safe, have fun. Look forward to next week. We're going to be doing some filming. Next week's video is still a little up in the air. It will likely be a part 3. That's what we're hoping for. But if not, part 3 will be in the coming weeks, and we'll at least have a video next week of some kind. And keep your eye out on Patreon, because I took a crap load of vlogs in Ireland, so I have a bunch of those coming out over the next several weeks. We have an uncensored video coming out. I have it scheduled, I think, for Monday. Shoe shopping, that's right. Yeah, go have fun with that. I think Monday is an uncensored video, so Sarah, you won't like it, but Colton, you like it. It's our last Scammer Grammar. We're putting out uncensored on Patreon. It's very heavy with that, so Sarah, don't watch it. But Colton, you probably like it. Yeah, you won't like it. But actually, the majority of the swearing is actually from the scammer. We didn't even do it, but anyway, they got what they deserve. But so look forward to that. Otherwise, I think that's about it. As my battery's dying, good timing. We love you guys. Thank you so very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And thanks again, as always, for watching. And welcome to
Trilogy Media!
Bye, guys. Enjoy
Thank
your
you
day.
guys, much love.
See you
Have a great
later.
weekend, okay? Enjoy every minute.
Bye.